Hello guys and gals, this is Willowplayz What Ifs here, or you can call me Willow for short. And this is what if Deku was in the Purge. But this is a new version. The old version was just what if Deku was in the Purge. This actually has a actual name of it. It actually has an actual Purge name like the movies. This is the name of this what if. It's kind of a little bit of a twist on the name on the second movie, the Purge, Anarchy. This is what if Deku was in the Purge, pure anarchy. Even though I only added one more word, it's still a little bit of a twist. I wanted to be cool, but not too different, you know? I don't want to just have like a lot of words. I added just one. So yeah. So yeah. I absolutely felt, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot what I was getting at, but yeah. I watched the Forever Purge. I fell in love with I fell in love with the look of the first guy that you see on this thumbnail. He is the first main antagonist that you see on the Purge, though he quickly gets dealt with, but still, it was awesome to see that look. So I'm gonna have Deku have that complete look throughout this whole series, on the pure anarchy. So yeah. How should I do this? Yeah. This is gonna be pretty interesting to do. In this, what if I'm gonna have a few GIFs, GIFs, and throughout this what if. So I'm trying to do some new stuff with it. So I hope you like this what if. And after I make this what if, I'm gonna do a what if that I was trying to do the whole time. The whole time that I was not making a video after my after my last video, which is a few weeks ago. I have been trying to make a video for the past few weeks, but I just can't. There's a certain secret what if that I've actually been trying to do under the works for a while, but I'm in a complete roadblock, you know, writer's block, if you will, but not really. It's just I have the idea in my head, but whenever I try to word it out, I can't like word it out, narrate it for you as well as I think I can. So I kept making scenes and then deleting them because I didn't think they were good enough for y'all. So I think I actually found a way to make the beginning of the what if perfect, because I want that secret what if to be pretty out of the box. So I'm trying to make the beginning of the what if different so than my other what ifs. So yeah, now that I'm done talking, this is what if Deku was in the Purge, pure anarchy. I hope you all love this what if, and let me bring out my intro. Now, let's cut to the first scene of this series. As we see Class 1A being rowdy. But once they hear their classroom door open, they all shut up and bring their attention to the person that's walking in. As once they see their teacher, they put their full attention on their teacher. As Aizawa looks at his students as he's behind his desk, as he says, "Class, I want y'all to be prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Purge. So y'all won't be going to school tomorrow. Just all be careful, and may God be with you all." As he says amen, and the class says amen as well. As he says, "Let's continue teaching." As the classroom begins their day, as we see a few students in Class 1A pretty on edge, as this is the holiday that everyone knows. At first, this was implemented in America, but once the other countries saw what America did and see how well it went, how the crime rate went down, and quite a few other things that is a bonus, as they start implementing the Purge in their countries as well. As a few years ago, I would say about 10 years ago, Japan integrated the Purge as well, as crime rate drastically went down after that night. But the downside to the Purge is that after that night is done, the whole city will have to be rebuilt. Not really the whole city, but parts of it, as it is a literal war zone. But it's not too bad that the city wouldn't be able to fix itself. It's not that much of a touch up, as we see, as we go back to the scene of the children in Class 1A, some kids are pretty on edge as waiting for the Purge, as they think of the Purge and they think of a night of horror. This is unethical. This is not even supposed to be legal, but it is. As Aizawa looks at his students, seeing them that most of them are on edge, as he sighs as he says, "Attention," as he gets up from his chair. I know most of you all are probably on edge because of the Purge. Just make sure to keep your place locked and make sure that no one gets in. If someone tries to break in, me, your homeroom teacher, gives you full permission to go all out on them. I don't want to come back the day after tomorrow seeing that y'all are not back at school because of that damn holiday. This is one event that I won't partake in. I refuse to partake in this goddamn holiday. And I hope y'all as well don't partake in this sadistic holiday that is in the system. As everybody in Class 1A nods their head as they say, yes, Mr. Aizawa. As he nods, as he says, good. Now we skip to after class. As we see Izuku. As he's sitting in his room. As he has his smile. While we see Izuku lying on his bed. As he's thinking, the Purge. He's never really participated in a Purge before. But over the years, and the pressure that his parents keep laying on him, the pressure keeps getting to him, and it keeps building up because of his classmates. Everyone's wanting something out of him, as he doesn't feel like he can let himself loose anymore. On top of that, he's the class president. He is helping with everything that has to do with the class. So he has a lot of responsibilities on him. Class rep, being the best hero he can be, or at least learning how to be the best hero he can be, as he's still in high school. And on top of that, having how do I say it? And last but not least, not disappointing his parents. That is the one thing that he hates doing. If he disappoints his parents, there is hell to pay if he disappoints them greatly. As he learned to be the perfect son very early on. He had the perfect work, considering their family line, their lineage, as he has bone manipulation. He has total control over his own bones, any other person's type of bones, or even an animal's bones. He can create bones out of thin air as weapons. As most of the time he strengthens his own bones, as it has a lasting effect on himself. If he how should I say, strengthen his own bones daily, it has a lasting effect on his strength, stamina, all of his base stats, as you would expect, as someone's density of bones really helps in a lot of areas. And it helps durability as well, as his bones cannot crack easily. As all the training that he's gone through with his parents, himself, and now UA, his bones are almost as unbreakable as the most, how should I say, they're almost as unbreakable as diamonds, let's say. Yes, that. So, as he is on his bed, as he is looking on his hand, as he creates a bone mask. It's a very interesting animal, as he has a bone wolf mask that he created just now, as he's holding it in his hand. as he smiles, as he loves his quirk. He wouldn't want to trade his quirk to anything in the world, as it fits him perfectly. As he smiles, but he frowns again, thinking on all the stress that's building up. As he sighs, as he disassembles the mask out of thin air, as he pretty much lets go of the mask and it just disintegrates. As he thinks of once he thinks of the creation, his bone manipulation, as he thinks of the mask to go away, as it would disintegrate out of thin air. But if he wants it to stay, it would stay. As he lays down and sighs, as he puts a hand on his face. As he looks on his bedside table, as he sees a lot of homework that he hasn't been able to get done. As he is very agitated, as he says, I just want to be free for a little bit. This is so hard for me to have some free time. I just want some time to myself. I've gained less and less of that lately. Hell, have I even had that to begin with since I've gotten my quirk? My family is stressing me out. UA, all these expectations. As we see him about to get up, as we get a knock on Izuku's door. As Izuku says, "Come in," with a groan. As he lays back down on his bed, as he puts his arm covering his eyes. As we see Denki Kaminari walk into his room, as he says, "Midoriya, are you okay?" As Midoriya looks at him, as he says, "Do I look fine, Denki? I'm stressed as fuck, man. We've been friends forever. You should know. I've told you multiple times that I am stressed out beyond belief over this overwork." And then Denki says, "You should chill out, man. Just chill out. Do you have any free time?" As Izuku points at the pile of papers on top of his desk. As he says, "Does that look like any free time to you?" As Denki looks at the papers and looks at Izuku. As he says, "When are they due?" As Izuku says, "By the end of the week." As Denki says, "Okay, let's chill out. I'm gonna help you chill out and just relax." As Izuku says, "Sure, whatever. As long as..." As before he can finish his sentence, as Denki did something that he never thought he would ever do in his life, as Denki literally went to his face and licked his face. Just kidding. As Denki kissed him, as Izuku's eyes went wide, as Denki let go of the kiss, as Izuku went wide-eyed. As Denki says, did that relieve some of your stress, Izuku?" As Izuku started stuttering, as, whoa. Denki, why did you do that? Why? because, man, I love you, man. I've known this for a long time. I've been in love with you, man, and I know you love me. We've known each other since childhood. I know everything about you, and you know every little dirty secret about me. At first, I was denying it, and then I was denying that I might be gay. I'm so sorry, Zuko. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring this up on you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go right whenever Carmen already was freaking out and was about to leave. Izuku grabbed his wrist and turned him as he says, "I cannot reciprocate these feelings right away, Dinky. I need time to process this. Can you at least let me make a decision before you go?" As Dinky's heart is racing, Izuku's is as well. As just give me time, Dinky. But for now, I want to give you something to, I don't know, just to say thank you for liking me. I don't know. As Izuku just kisses Dinky on the cheek, as he says, there you go, there's a, thank you for waiting present right there, Dinky. As he puts Dinky out of the room and shut his door, as Izuku is breathing in and out of his mouth as he's laying his head against his door, as his chest is racing right now. As we go to Dinky's point of view, as he's on his knees in the hallway, as his heart is racing, as his cheeks are red. No, not just his cheeks, his whole face is as red as Kirishama's hair. As he quickly got up and ran to his room, as far in the distance we see someone hear heard what happened, as they ran to tell other people. As time passes that night, as Izuku is thinking on what's going to happen. How is him and Dingy's relationship going to... Is Dingy's and his relationship going to fail if he says no to him? What will happen if he says yes? He's never been in a relationship before. He's never thought of Dinky that way before. Dinky just kissed him like that. His heart is still racing as his cheeks are actually flushed a little bit. As he fake coughs, as he straightens his posture up, as he says, "Izuku, it's not that hard. Just decide. You're not that type of person that thinks too hard on things. You're a relaxed person." As he doesn't, even though he is the class president, he doesn't act like Tenya Ida, as Tenya is a good friend of his in class, as he is vice class president. As he is one of those people that you will call someone with a stick up their ass, as Izuku, or no, not Izuku, but Bakugo will put it. As Izuku thinks Bakugo. I still don't get why the asshole is in this class. He has too big of an ego to be a hero. As Izuku is just pacing in this whole sense. He's just thinking about different things. Trying to get his mind off of Dinky for a little bit. As he decides, okay, I'm gonna go sleep and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the Purge starts. And school is off tomorrow. Until the Purge is done with, we don't go back to school. As he goes to bed. Now the scene cuts to the next day. As we see Izuku get up from his bed as he walks out of the dorms. As he walks around and he hears students, his classmates whispering or staring at him. As Izuku is put off by this, as he walks up to Mineta, as Mineta is gawking at Izuku, as Izuku is very unnerved by this, as he says, Mineta, tell me straight up, but what's going on here? Everyone's whispering about something. Every time I get close to somebody, they run off. What's going on? As Mineta starts to sweat, as he starts to take off, but Izuku holds on to his collar of his shirt. As he says, Mineta, tell me what's going on. As you see, Izuku brings his hand up, palm up. The back of his hand is down. As he puts his palm on top, as you see him create a very sharp bone. As you see him start playing with the the makeshift bone knife. As he starts playing it between his fingers, as he keeps playing with that, as he says, Mineta, tell me what's going on. Or, as he puts the bone knife towards Mineta's cheek, as you see a little bit of blood drip down from Mineta's cheek, as his eyes went wide, as the knife only touched him. It only touched him. He didn't feel it being that sharp, but it's that sharp that it only touched him and it cut him. As Mineta is very put off by this, as he is very scared, as he says, Izuku, I'm sorry. I heard what happened between you and Dinky last night, and I told everyone else. As Izuku stared daggers at Mineta, as he said very loud, as he yelled, "You did what, Mineta?" As Mineta peed in his pants at that moment. As he says, I'm so sorry. I didn't know they would react this way. What way? As Mineta says, you don't know? As Izuku is very confused right now, as Mineta says, Denki was put to the infirmary last night as Izuku's eyes went wide as he pushed Mineta down, as he just pushed him out of the way as he started running to the infirmary as he dissolved the makeshift bone knife in thin air as it dissolved in midair as he ran and ran as we go to the next scene as you see the infirmary door bang wide open as we see Recovery Girl by Dinky as Dinky's one leg is put in a cast and it is above being lifted above the how should I say the recovery room's bed, let's just say. I forgot what one of those beds are called, those hospital beds. I'll just call it that, those hospital beds. As it's being lifted above the bed. The same could be said with one of his arms, as he has a neck brace on. As Izuku's eyes went wide, as he ran towards Dinky, as he says, Dinky, Dinky. As Dinky opens his one eye, his other eye is swollen. As he says, hey Izuku. Dinky, go. Relax, calm down. Who did this to you? As Izuku's eyes start to water, as he started holding tight to Dinky's one arm that is not being lifted in the cast, as he says, Dinky says, a few of our classmates. I thought they were friends, but once Mineta told everyone that I liked you, I got jumped. As Izuku's eyes went wide as he says, Who did this? As Dinky says, don't worry about it. Just don't. Just please. I don't want them to hurt you too. As Izuku's eyes start to literally pour water, as he started actually crying as tears went down his face. As he looked at the beaten Kaminari, the Kaminari that always played around with everyone, that just wanted to have fun with his life. The Kaminari that was so full of life, that now looks so beaten, looks so broken down. It hurt Izuku so much seeing this, and knowing that a few people from our class did this, it just made him even angrier, as he says, as he hid his hatred and anger below the surface. As while crying, he smiled at Kaminari as he says, okay, just go to sleep, Kaminari, just go to sleep. As he started patting Kaminari on his head, as he started stroking his hair, as Kaminari smiled at him as he says, it was always the other way around, Izuku. You always get into fights because of a stupid decision, of my stupid decision. It's always me that was treating you. As he groaned as Izuku laughed as he said, yes. It was your stupid decisions, but in the end, I made the decision to fight. The thing is, I always liked the fights. The adrenaline, the rush, the power. Knowing that you have power over someone else. That's probably the worst of it. That's how I know I'm not the best person at heart, Dinky. Out of the two of us, you are the best of the two of us. Why do you love me, Dinky? As Dinky looked at Izuku, still with tears strolling down his face as he says, how can I not? As we see Izuku lean into Kaminari's face as he looks straight at his face. As he's still stroking Kaminari's hair as he says, Kaminari, I got my answer. As Kaminari was, how should I say, Kaminari was very confused as he asked, what do you mean? As Izuku held the back of Dinky's head as he leaned forward as he gave Dinky a very passionate kiss. As Izuku kissed Dinky as their lips were moving. As what was a very passionate kiss turned into a very fiery kiss. Very fast, he brought his tongue in. As it was very hot and heavy, but Izuku let go of the kiss, going back as you see saliva come off of both of their mouths as they were both breathing heavy. As Izuku said, that's my answer, Dinky. As he kissed Dinky on the forehead as he walked out of the recovery room. As Recovery Girl was just gawking wide-eyed at what she just saw. As you see her with her phone in hand during the whole thing with wide eyes. As her cheeks were a little flushed as she's like, she doesn't know what came over her. She just had the urge to have to take pictures of this scene. As she is confused, very happy. She has so many emotions running through her mind right now. As we cut to a scene in the dorm, as we see Izuku with a very angry look on his face as he runs. He fast paces towards Mineta, as Mineta was walking in the hallway, getting to his dorm room, until he looked back at Izuku, as his eyes went wide, as before he started running, Izuku dashed towards him, as he had one of makeshift knife daggers or makeshift bone daggers at Mineta's throat. As he said, Mineta, tell me, who did that to Kaminari? Who fucking did it? As Mineta mumbled something as Izuku questioned, huh? What do you say, Kaminari? Oh, my bad. What do you say, Mineta? What did you say? You purple fucking grape, you purple turd, you purple perverted piece of shit. As you see Izuku getting angry as he pulls at Mineta's balls on his head, as he pulls one out, as Mineta starts to scream in pain, as we see Bakugo and Kirishima run towards the scene, as Bakugo is asking, "What are you doing, shitty nerd? What are you doing?" As you see Izuku turn, as he looks at Bakugo with hatred in his eyes, as he looks in anger at Kirishima, as Izuku laughed as he says, "Out of you two, I really expected this from Bakugo, but you, Kirishima, you are one of the last people that I would have suspected to be a homophobe." As we go back a few seconds, as before Bakugo and Kirishima was running to the scene after the scream, Izuku pressed his makeshift bone dagger into Mineta's throat, drawing blood. As Mineta says, it is Bakugo, Kirishima, and Momo. Them three, they beat him up because he was gay. As Izuku looked towards, as we go back to current time, as we see shock in Bakugo's and Kirishima's face, as Bakugo said, "Huh? What? You're gonna protect that gay ass motherfucker?" As Izuku was livid, as Izuku says to Bakugo, just know this purge is coming tonight. Be prepared for anything, Bakugo, and you too, Kirishima. Y'all too, be prepared, because I am coming for y'all. I'm going to purge, and y'all two are on my hit list. So y'all better hope to God that y'all have the best defenses, because if y'all don't, just know I'm coming for y'all too. And after y'all too, no, probably before y'all too, I'll kill Momo, just like the slut that she is. As Izuku walks off, as he looks at Mineta, as Mineta not only peed his pants yet again, he pooped his pants as well, as he is shaking like a leaf in front of Izuku, as Izuku looks disgusted at what he sees. How are you even a hero, Mineta? As he walks off, as Bago and Kirishima are wide-eyed, thinking, as they look at each other, they don't know what to do at the moment. As we do a time skip of that night, as after 10 a.m. all the students except for Kaminari left UA premises to go to their homes to visit their families for the purge. So during that time, Izuku knew his 3 targets, as he went home to his mansion, as he walked to his room, not even bothering with the butlers and his parents, as he slammed his door shut, as he had 3 pictures that he put on his wall, as he made 3 knife bone like knives, as he threw all 3 daggers on the wall of those pictures, cutting through each and every one of them, dead nail in the center of each picture. As we see the pictures to be Momo, Bakugo, and Kirishima, as Izuku is just very angry, as he's thinking, okay, I cannot just go outside with my hero costume, because it'll be bad rep, and God knows I'll be disowned if anyone knows that I participated in this. The only people that know are Kirishima and Bakugo, but Bakugo wouldn't let Kirishima tell anyone that I would be participating, because he has too much pride to admit that he might need help. That pride is going to get him killed by me. As Izuku smirks. But it's not a evil smirk. It's a smirk of malevolence or pure evil, as it is mainly filled with pure hatred, that smile, pure malice. That's the word that I was trying to get to, malice. As he thinks, what type of outfit should I have? As he thinks about it, as he looks around his room, as he sees a lot of pictures on his wall, a lot of posters, cowboy posters, a lot of different photos of how should I say, cowboys. As he smiled, as he thinks, okay, that could be something. I almost forgot that I had a thing back before UA. I was into this whole cowboy theme. His eyes went wide as he thought of an awesome idea. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. As we cut to that night.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge, sanctioned by the U.S. government. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the Purge concludes. And, for the first time since its inception, no one has been granted special immunity from the Purge. No citizen or group will be exempt. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
As Izuku smirks after hearing this on the TV, as he thinks, oh, thank you, founding fathers. It's funny that they're using the old American Purge emergency broadcast, but it is what it is. It still works perfectly. But this Purge is a little different. Okay. So no one is immune to anything. Perfect. This just makes it easier. As we see Izuku outside walking the street. As you see Izuku look up, and he sees someone on a motorcycle causing havoc with fire. As he starts looking around, as he sees Izuku, as we see Izuku do a quick draw, as the man on the bike that was getting closer to him got shot right in the head. As you see a pale white revolver, as this revolver was made out of pure bone, and the shot that he shot was pure bone as well, that he created, as he has unlimited ammo that he can fire at will, as shots are pretty easy to create if you know how to make these revolver shells. That is a pretty simple thing to make. As Izuku gets closer to the dead body, as the man was shot right in the head, as he looks down at him, as he looks up yet again, as he sees many more people like him going down different streets, yelling, killing different people, as he is in the smack dab middle of pure chaos. As you see trucks being lit on fire, as you see people smashing into windows. As you see, people spray painting everything that they can, everything that they see. As Izugu, just things. This is quite interesting. As he just continues walking, going to his first destination, the Yadaruzo Mansion. And that is it, guys and gals, of part 02. What if Deku was in the Purge? Pure Anarchy. I hope you liked it. I hope you all have a good night or day, whatever your time zone is. And peace out.